All right, I'm Jim with Ride Snowboards, and we are going to show you how to adjust our new A series and C series bindings. This is a really simple process. What we've got set up here is we've got the A series on this side, the C series on this side. Very similar setup on how they're adjusted. Okay, so we can see here that we are too far forward. We got too much toe overhang, not enough heel overhang. So we want to make sure this is centered. So this is a huge advantage with the ride bindings. It's a two-piece construction on both the A and C series, so you can adjust the binding to your boot to make sure you're completely centered over the board. So we can see here, this is set up wrong. It's not going to work. If you were to ride it like this, you're going to hit your toes on every toe side turn, and you're going to fall a lot. So the first thing we want to do is check the setup of the boot. There's some numbers on the side of this binding which you can use as a general reference, but you always want to check to make sure your boot is fit in there. If you don't have your boot with you, go get your boot, put it together. That's how you're going to get the best custom fit, because every boot is a little bit different. So we take this boot out because we know it's too far back. So the adjustment on this is real easy. First thing you want to do is just get the straps out of the way. You can push them down, pull these back. Get a number 3 Phillips head screwdriver, and there's 2 screws on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So total of 4 screws, and all you got to do, we're going to get in here, and we just want to back these screws out. So make sure your screwdriver is adjusted the right way. You can see we're backing this screw out. Really easy. Now don't take them all the way apart. We're going to back this one out. That one's good. And as you can see in here, this is the one little complicated piece. And it's not that complicated. So you want to loosen this enough that you can push it through and those teeth are no longer engaged with the teeth on the heel cup. Super easy to do. So we're going to do it on both sides. Just loosen this one the same way. Sometimes it helps take your thumb, put it in there, make it a little bit easier to get it loose. Should break free pretty easy. I'm at an awkward angle here. But we got that. And then as the screwdriver is still in there, if you want to check it, you can push the screwdriver and kind of push that screw through, and you can see, there you go, pop through, and now you see it's not engaged. So this back one should already be loose, but we'll test it. Now we got that loose. And then all you got to do, grab the board so you don't pull it, slide that back. So there's 5 different adjustments in there, and for this particular binding, we're going to push it all the way out to the back because it's a size 10 boot. Pull it all the way back, and now all you want to do is, as you're adjusting these, is you just want to make sure that the teeth are aligned with the heel cup, and they push in there. This isn't rocket science. It's not, this is not perfect. It's not a perfect situation, but it's pretty easy to do. So as you saw there, just push my finger into it, take your screwdriver, adjust it, and then start pushing this in. There's some. There we go. Now we're tightened on that side, so we're kind of locked in. We're going to do the same thing. You want to make sure it's aligned, so if you're in the first hole here, you want to be in the first hole on that side. And we'll take that nut, maybe get a little bit looser to make sure we can get it in easy. I'm going to go this way. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Oh, and you can see you don't have to take it all the way off, but you can. So you just want to make sure that the nut's aligned. Sometimes it helps to take it all the way off. Oh. See, you got the teeth in there, and you can just take this piece, push it right back in, start twisting it down. Now we got a little bite on the teeth there. Now we just tighten it up. So you shouldn't have to do this until you get new boots. To take you 5 minutes to adjust at one time, but it assures you got the perfect fit when you go to ride. You want to get these pretty tight. You don't have to go crazy on them. Once you've adjusted the front, you want to switch to the back. Tighten that one up. Did I tighten this one? Nope. Tighten that one up. And then ultimately take your boot, check it in there. You can see you've got a much better toe heel centering. And then to adjust your straps, just put the straps on there. The strap adjustment is all toolless. You got ratchets on one side, so that'll be your micro adjustment as you're riding it. On the other side, you have these pieces that you can pull out and center it up. You just want to make sure the strap is centered. C-Series binding is almost the exact same thing. So, same 2 screws. The only difference is the composite chassis is a little bit thicker, so you can't see everything as easy. So what you want to do here, same deal. Take your screwdriver, start with the front one, back this out, and you'll see you want to push in with your thumb towards the screw, and then as you get it loose enough, push in this way, and you'll see the teeth of the nut pop out. You can kind of hold it there. Now you can see that there's going to be free. Remember, it doesn't have to come apart. If it comes apart, it's not the end of the world, but it's just more stuff you have to fiddle with. So it's designed to not have to be completely apart. So these are the most important parts here. You can see it's pushing back, and once it starts spinning, maybe give it a half twist. You don't have to take it all the way off. The rear is even less. So you just loosen these up. Should be 2 or 3 turns. I had them loose before. That one's loose. There we go. And then you just want to start sliding the heel cup back. Sometimes on the plastic you need to, or the composite series, you want to put your hand down and pull it out. But you can see, slide it forward, slide it back. It's really adjusted. There's 5 different positions in there. You just want to make sure the boot is going to fit. I know this is a size 10. We just did it on the other boot, so I know it has to go all the way back. So here, this is where it gets a little more complicated. You just want to make sure that as you tighten this, again, you just want to make sure these nuts are seated properly into the heel cup, the aluminum heel cup here. So start tightening it down. Sometimes you just got to tighten it a little bit, let it spin. If you start pulling it, it'll start pulling in. And that one seems like it's pretty good. So it's lined up, tightening as much as I can, tight. Same deal on this side. It doesn't matter what order you do this in. You just got to make sure all 4 of the connecting bolts are loose. Looks like we got it. Make sure. Maybe not. So we're still loose. We got a little bit extra on one of them, so we'll go back, figure out which one it is. And sometimes you just need to give it a little whack. There we go. So we pulled that one all the way back. And again, there's some sizing on the C-Series. The sizing is not how you should be sizing it. You should be sizing it to your boot. So you can use the sizing as a reference, but you can see the boot is centered in the binding, size 10. What we'll do here is, now this is where it gets a little more complicated on the C-Series, because you're not able to see how this nut seats into the binding. But what you want to do, just start tightening it, and you'll see that the nut will start to pull together, and you just want to let it twist in there until it finds the seat. Sometimes it helps to push it, like, you may have to put a little tension on the heel cup. And there we go. Just pulls it straight in and locks it into place. So now you're set on that side. You want to do your second heel cup bolt, heel cup screw. Tight. Back to the front here again. This is the one you want to push in. You want to make sure that it finds its seat there. Went in a little easier that time, you can see. Tighten this down. And we're set. Now, final 4th bolt. And boom. That's it. You're done. Your binding's adjusted. So really easy. If you got any questions, your shop can help you. You can call our customer service, but this video should solve all of your problems. Thanks.